Hi, it's Mobile Max, and it's Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. I'm watching this documentary, The History of Everything is the guy, about Sweden and their liberal policies, which have got them into big trouble. Liberal policies throughout the world, including the United States, have failed and are leading to the destruction of our society and the contamination of our youth. He was talking about Sweden. Sweden has a small population, about 10 million people, and they have a history of letting immigrants in. Well, in 2010, around there, 2011, as you know, there was an Arab Spring, and in particular, the country of Syria was at civil war. So Sweden let in hundreds of thousands of Syrians into the society. And also around this time, as usual, the country of Somalia was in huge civil war, killing each other, which has happened during my lifetime many times. They were starving again. Anyway, Sweden let in hundreds of thousands of Somali refugees as well. And not only did they let them in, but with their liberal mindset, where all human beings have a right to housing, to hospitalization, to money, to food. Everybody has big rights under liberal policies. And poor people aren't poor because, well, they have a bad culture or they make the wrong decisions. No, they're not responsible. It's society that's caused them to be poor and make bad decisions. Sweden provided 1 million apartments for these immigrants. It gave them money, it gave them food, it gave them everything. And they put them in these huge government housing complexes where they all started organizing into gangs and started killing each other over territory, started importing a lot of drugs, and now Sweden has contaminated their population because now there's a lot of Swedish drug addicts on cocaine, on heroin, on amphetamines, you name it, marijuana. They've created a tragedy in their country and the destruction of their country by letting these immigrants in. They didn't do it for nothing. Cheap labor, yeah. Also, you have people from other countries in your country, and you can then have connections to those countries and trade with them. So yeah, it's about economics, but in the end, these liberal policies, like here's one for you. Sweden has a law where if you're under 15 years of age, you cannot be prosecuted for a crime. You're considered a child, and you get diversionary, consultation, talk to a psychiatrist. So all these gangs started recruiting people under 15 to do major drug deals and carry guns and drugs and do other nefarious things. And when they got caught, well, naturally, they weren't imprisoned or subjected to any criminal procedures because they were under 15. Coddling these immigrants has only led to them organizing and trying to get more. They're peasants. They're greedy. That's the way of the world. People take care of themselves. And for the most part, their inability to get a good education, to get a good job, to obtain skills is their own fault. The fault of their culture, or the fault of their family, or their own fault for making bad choices. The problem with liberal philosophies, liberal government, is they have zero common sense. They have stupid ideas in their head of how human beings are and how they are assimilated into the world. as though everybody, in liberal view, nobody has any responsibility. Don't take responsibility. It's not your fault. So go ahead and be a criminal and take, and we'll help you. We'll give you money. Because after all, it wasn't your fault. It was our fault. So some sort of reparations is in line here. So just hand money to the poor immigrants and let's turn them into major gangsters to destroy our society. Wonderful idea, liberals. Liberal policies, liberal ideology is a complete and utter failure. And there's examples all over the world where liberal policies is destroying their society. In Jamaica and Trinidad, in the Caribbean, they have liberal policies where gang members control vast swaths of real estate. And believe it or not, and I think it's something that goes on here as well, as the government tries to take care of the poor people, they deal with the gangsters and the gangs because they control so much territory and people. And they the gang members turn themselves into NGOs and get grants from the government. Institutionalized gangsters. I think that's what liberals do. They encourage criminality and they encourage criminals and they coddle and protect criminals. And it leads to massive drugs coming in and other sorts of criminal behavior, stealing and murdering. The murder rates in Jamaica and Trinidad and all the Caribbean have gone skyrocketing while gangs kill each other over territory. Liberal policies, liberal philosophy is an incredible failure. Admit it. That's all I got to say.